Hey everybody. All right, no intro, no nothing, because it's going to stay up so people can rewatch it later. I believe everything is going smoothly. Yeah, it looks like I'm live. I'm going to just kind of talk for a little bit, give everybody a chance to get the notification, get a chance to come in. That way I'm not repeating myself about the KI2 cabinet. So let's just check the chat really quickly. Papa Giorgio is here. Dead Mousy Pluta Prestige. Paquito, Ryan Beatty, Atran Fanatic. All right, so having trouble finding Hydro Thunder for PC online for my Ridge Racer build. Well, I probably shouldn't advertise this, but you can email me. I might be able to help. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. I'm sorry I have not been very active on the channel lately. I have, I guess, just been really busy, of course. You know, the usual. I'm busy every time I say it, but just extra busy lately. It's been kind of a pain in the butt, so not a lot of time to come out here and get stuff done, but hopefully it's starting to level out a little bit. The house chores are slowing down. All the stuff that was put off through the winter is getting done. Work's busy, so anyway. I have another issue that part of the reason I haven't been streaming is my streaming setup, and I'll get into that after the KI2 stuff. Yes, Atran Fanatic. What's up, Terry Caleb and Robo Hobo? That's really funny that your name is Robo Hobo, because last night, yeah, I was thinking of a funny parody, like just seen a picture of like a random homeless guy looking all disheveled. Should be put in the cover of like the RoboCop, Robo Hobo. That'd be hilarious. What's up, Oscar? Okay, I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes because I did start early. If you are watching this later and I didn't cut this out, I'm gonna try to remember to leave a timestamp so you can just skip all the nonsense and get right to the KI2 stuff. The reason I didn't just make this a video, which was my plan initially, is for one, it is right now, let me see, it is 86 degrees at 7 p.m., very hot and humid in the, or outside, and the garage is hot and humid where the KI is sitting, and there's still a bunch of crap around the cabinet. So yeah, I can't really go out there and do the video around it. Hey, what's up, Panic Flip Gaming? Turn your KI2 into MAME. That's what I did with my Radical Bikers KI2 MAME build. Yeah, well, yeah, you probably already know what I'm going to do anyway, because members of the channel already saw what I'm going to do. I made a video telling everybody else. So yeah, we'll get into it in just a minute, though. What's up, Commander Beef? I read that sometimes as Commander in Beef instead of Commander... Wait. I don't know. I'm thinking of Commander in Chief. Yeah. Anyway, I found the most butchered Hydro Thunder I've ever seen in my life. They literally cut the top off it and put a freaking TV mount with a flat screen on it, kind of like my CarnEvil cabinet. Wow. Yeah, I think it only works, the only way I'd butcher any cabinet would be an arcade one up, because, you know, for one, I think I got the CarnEvil cabinet for like $75, so no big deal there. Excuse me. Robo Hobo. Now I'm reminded of the Hobocop character. That's what I was thinking of. Hobocop, not Robo Hobo, but still, you reminded me of that. That almost made it into Clay Fighter. Yeah, I've never really played Clay Fighter. I'm probably missing out on something there. Okay, it's 7:01, so give it one more minute. And if anyone who wants to hear the information live is going to hear it there. So yeah, been really busy. Haven't been out here much. When I do come out here, honestly, actually, I'll get into this real quick. I didn't really buy it for me initially, but I got a new Xbox, a Series X. And personally, I was like, meh, whatever. I'm more interested in, oh, it's backwards, these games anyway. Yeah, it's like, I don't want to dive into these new, not arcade games, these new Xbox games that are, I can't stand how modern games feel like a homework assignment. You got to learn all these new mechanics and techniques. Like, well, hey, hold on, it stops the action. Now let's teach you how to craft a weapon, or you found a part. Now you need to craft it into a better weapon. I'm never going to do that stuff. I don't know why. It does not interest me. I don't care about it. No interest whatsoever. So I just kind of stopped playing most modern games. But Lady Cag was like, hey, there's that new Star Wars game coming out at the end of this month. Last Jedi or something. Why am I yawning all the time? Last Jedi. I don't know. Whatever it's called. And she was like, can we get an Xbox? I was like, yeah, we better start looking now because they're still hard to find. Luckily, we found one quickly. Hooked it up in the living room, set a bunch of games to download with Game Pass, and it's like, yeah, whatever, I'll check it out later. It downloaded the games, and I was thinking, in my mind, I was like, there's no way it's going to be as big of a jump as it was from, like, the Xbox original and the PlayStation 2 to the HD consoles. I keep saying cabinets. And it actually was like it wasn't quite as big of a leap, but seeing it in 4K and seeing how fast everything loads and like all that kind of sucked me in, I'll be honest. So when I have had time, I feel weirdly guilty, but I'm like, I kind of want to play the new Call of Duty with my cousin and stuff, you know? So, been playing Gears of War 5. I'm like just shocked by how good it looks. We only have, I mean, I have 4K TVs out here, the ones that are two like mirrored TVs, but I don't have a 4K receiver. So anyway, kind of want to buy another Xbox for out here now, but I don't have the money. Moving on. Let's go ahead and talk about the KI2. Sorry, excuse me, just ate, Lady Cag made some breakfast for dinner. I'm burping now. Oh, Atran. KillerArcadeGames YT@gmail.com. YT is in like YouTube. Okay. Yeah, it's not a stream until I've had a yawn fest. Yeah, I don't want to say the word yawn. I don't know what's wrong with it. It's like a mental thing at this point. I was thinking about it earlier when I was working, like, man, I hope I don't start yawning. Or it's something to do with like, I think it's something to do with the shed being really well insulated and maybe the air conditioner being right there and it's like always blowing this way. Moving on. Let's talk the Killer Instinct 2 arcade cabinet. So, I bought this cabinet at $800. Great deal, even if it was dead not working in my opinion. I still think it's a pretty good deal. As long as the PCB worked, and it did, thankfully. Still has the original hard drive, too, which is interesting. Thank you, Akachi. I think I said your name right. Got a good deal. The monitor looked terrible, and I'll get into this subject later. I wish I had my whole streaming setup running properly, because I would love to show you what the monitor looked like compared to what it looks like now after I fixed it myself. Still feeling like a boss on that. There is a video, if you're a member. Members only saw kind of a rough cut of me trying to fix it myself and actually succeeding. So that was good. Actually, the thumbnail for this one is exactly what the screen looks like now, the KI2 screen. So I was really proud. Before it was washed out, no color, it looked really awful. One tiny resistor fixed it. But moving on. What's up, Clay? Hey, what's up, RealZim? Sorry, I'm going to try not to get distracted here. So now that that's fixed, there is, unfortunately, something else happening that's weird. And it's something to do with the monitor. I've talked to your MK Arcade Source, a.k.a. Mike's Amateur Arcade Monitor Repair, a.k.a. Mike Jensen. If you know, he's like a legend, in my opinion, a legend in the arcade world. That guy seems to know a ton about monitors, arcades in general. Thank God he's very nice to me and lets me message him and be like, hey, Mike, can you help me with this or that? And he's always very helpful. Wow. I see a name down there, Godly Chris. That freaked me out because I guess I can give away his name. One of my closest friends, like best friend in the world, name is Chris Godly. So that really freaked me out. Anyway, I don't even think he knows I do YouTube. But what's happening now is the monitor is working, but when I turn it on, I hear like an electricity static arcing sound. But the screen looks great. It looks perfect like it does in the thumbnail. So I was like, well, it's not good for one. So I turned it all off, discharged it, reseated the anode, the thing that goes into the top of the monitor or the back of the tube itself. It's not that. It sounds, I still don't know exactly where it's coming from. Mike was saying there is an odd thing on that monitor. It self-discharges. I know that because I hear it when it shuts down. And there's two wires coming off the anode wire. If I remember correctly, I think it comes off the flyback, goes into this black box that's attached to the chassis of the monitor, the actual frame, not the chassis, the frame of the monitor. And I think that's aiding in self-discharge because it's grounded to the monitor. And Mike said it's also something to do with, I'm going to screw it up, but he messaged me this a while back. It's something to do with like leveling out the brightness for a light gun cabinet. So maybe it was used in a light gun game and it helps out with that. Well, he said check that to see if any black goo is leaking out of that box. And I have not, this was like weeks ago he told me this. Haven't even had a chance to mess with it. So got to get that working. But the KI2 cabinet's going to get Frankensteined out, unfortunately. But hear me out. This is why I wanted to do this live, because I know there's inevitably going to be some arcade purist who's like, how could you do this? How could you do this to a KI cabinet? Everything I'm going to do to this cabinet is 100% reversible, except for maybe, let me think. I will put a few tiny screw holes under the deck. That's it. So keep that in mind before you get mad. Hear me out. So once I fix that monitor, which looks beautiful, I'm going to yank it out of there. It's going to go into the MK4, because the MK4 monitor is good, but it's still not great, and I want a great monitor for MK4. So that's going in there. Excuse me. Um, that monitor, since it's the second best one I'll have a spare of, is going to go into the KI2. The KI2 board is going to be pulled out of the cabinet. It's going to go on a switcher. There it is in my KI1. So KI1 cabinet's going to have both KI1 and 2, which is great because the KI1 cabinet has a beautiful Hunter X Polo monitor that is just gorgeous. I mean, shockingly beautiful in person. Don't do it. Excuse me. Poacher. Oh, man, I'm getting all kinds of stuff. Sorry, I'm going to catch up on the chat in just a second. UAG's here, or OTG's here for research. So that leaves, well, what happens to the KI2 cabinet? Well, that's going to now become my main MAME cabinet. What is currently my main MAME cabinet? Oops, wow, I am really just not good at this backward stuff. The original KI mod that I did that started the channel, it's an Arcade 1-Up mod that I made. It's kind of like my general cabinet because of the 6-button layout. So the plan is to probably sell that maybe within the family. I might sell it to my cousin. He had a little interest in it, probably give him a good deal. That way it's in the family. I can always see it again if I want or get it back. I just have like a weird, almost sentimental value to it. It's like, yeah, it's my first thing that kind of got me to where I'm sitting in here now. The idea of this never came into my head, of course, and even when I made that, I never would have thought that I would have had this. Like, there was no thought process of one day, you may be doing this thing now, but one day you're going to have real cabinets in a building in your backyard. That's nuts. That never would have entered my mind. So, I don't know, weird sentimental value. Also, I like money. I'll be real honest with you. I don't like a lot of stuff cluttering up my life, and I like money. So it may just get flat out sold. Whoever buys it probably won't care that much where it came from. But, you know, whatever. Moving on. I don't really even play the thing right now. So, yeah, it's kind of killing me. I just put a lot of money into it. That's also another reason it's hard to let it go. It's like I put 2 sets of art on the side. I covered up old art. Yeah, so I think that's the plan. Now, when I say it's a reversible, it is 100% reversible. I'm not even going to take out the old wiring harness. I'm just going to leave it in there. I'm going to leave it just dangling all the wires under the deck. I'm going to install the USB encoder boards. That's the thing I have to screw in under the deck. And yeah, if I ever decide I want a dedicated KI2 cabinet that's just that, I'll just pull out the MAME stuff, rewire everything, plug in the JAMA harness, and I'm good to go. I'm even leaving the power supply where it is, of course. I need it anyway for the monitor, so yeah. I know this sounds like I'm over concerned about what people are going to think, but I know there's going to be somebody. Somebody's going to show up in the comments and be like, you're not a real arcade fan. How could you do such a thing? Surprisingly, I had kind of a few critical comments about the mod of the MK4 Arcade 1-Up, and it's like, no offense to anybody here who has Arcade 1-Ups. You know that I don't mind them. They had their purpose, especially for me, and they serve a lot of people in a way to let them have arcades in their house, which is fine. I don't care. But they're, you know, it's an Arcade 1-Up. It's already been modded once before. I can't remember the guy's comment, but I don't even know what he meant. He's like, this guy works upside down with the, you know, face, and it's like, dude, I made like one of the first, I mean, there was ETA Prime. I made one of the first how to mod Arcade 1-Up videos. I kind of know what to do just because I didn't do it to your specs. It just made me laugh. Moving on. Hopefully that guy is not here, and if he is, yeah, stuff your head up your butt. I don't care. Okay, so that's what's happening. When it happens, I don't know. I don't have time to mess with it. I don't have a bunch of extra cash right now. I'm still catching up from buying the cabinet. And we have another problem, which my whole streaming setup's going to have to be, almost the whole thing's going to have to be changed. I'll get into that in a minute. Let me catch up with the chat. Oh boy. I don't know where I lost it, but we'll move through here. So, Johnny Ace, nice. Hey, Wicked Arcade's here. How could you do this to a KI cabinet? It was partially your idea, because you told me about the cabinet for one, and you're like, hey, put the KI2 in the KI1 on a switcher, and I'm like, I don't. At first, I was like, I don't know if I want to do that, just because, I don't know, I'm so afraid to mess with that cabinet because it's, you know, so valuable, in such good shape. I already have an extra KI board, so if we screw it up, or I screw it up somehow, it's not that big a deal. It is a big deal, believe me, but yeah, I'm just paranoid to mess that cabinet up in any way. But yeah, I could put it in there, and I think I'm going to. I'm probably going to be calling Mr. Wicked Arcade to help me out with that, because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Actually, it looks pretty self-explanatory, I won't lie, but I'm still going to ask him, because last thing I want to do is fry 2 KI boards, that's for sure. Hey, Retro Mod Poacher. So the UAG UAG said OTG is in the KAG chat looking for ideas. I know OTG told me privately that he's maybe wants to get a KI cabinet. So I'll keep looking out because we live in the same city. So I'm always looking. If I ever find one OTG, I will definitely send it your way to buy. And just be sure you have a lot of cash on it because it's going to be expensive, I'm sure. Oh, wow, the chat moved. I was reading. Okay. Panic Flip Gaming. I'm all for a proper main build as long as nothing is damaged or altered on a dedicated cabinet. Me too. I'm perfectly fine with that. The original CRT is going to... Well, not the original. But a CRT is staying in the cabinet. Everything is the exact same. I'm just going to have to put a few screw holes on the inside of the cabinet. No big deal. I don't think anyone's going to be that mad. If I was doing this to a KI1 cabinet, I think people would be more upset. Personally, I don't love KI2, but I got to tell you, having the real thing is really cool. I like the look of the KI2 cabinet. I really like that. I may have to replace some art. So if you're facing the cabinet, the art on the right side, which you don't see in the picture, and I hardly saw because once it went in the garage, it got pushed up next to California Speed, which I'm trying to sell still. It looks like somebody went to town on Orchid's boob. Like they were just rubbing and rubbing and rubbing until the art went away. I'm sure it's not what happened, but it's kind of hilarious that it's right on her boobs. He's just somebody was like trying to scrape it off. So that side art may have to be replaced. The Nintendo on the box, the control box, is trashed. Looks like somebody just took a knife and just scratched all in it. I'm probably have to sand that down, put a new art on. Hey, Godly Chris with the $4.99 super chat. Awesome content. Been watching for a minute. First time tuning into your live stream. I've been trying to find an MK, any MK, for a decent price. Got any tips? Do you mean a real MK cabinet? And I have a notes file on my computer. I've been making notes for this video idea, just haven't pulled it off yet. Buying arcades for noobs. And that sounds like I'm being rude, but I was thinking about saying buying a tutorial on buying arcade games for noobs by a former noob. I think I've graduated outside of the former noob. I've bought 7 of them so far, so yeah, that'd be my, I guess as far as how to find one goes. If you're on Facebook, which if you're even not, I'm not an advocate for Facebook, but it's a good place to find arcades. Get on there, search Marketplace, expand the search radius, be willing to drive a little bit, and search every day, multiple times a day for a Mortal Kombat cabinet. And you're going to find a ton of arcade 1-ups, and I'm sure you're probably not looking for that because you can just go to the store and get one. But just keep sifting through, looking daily, search slightly different terms, like Mortal Kombat arcade cabinet, Mortal Kombat arcade machine, or just Mortal Kombat arcade. Excuse me. And you might get lucky. That's how I found actually every single one of these cabinets except for the original Killer Instinct. That was a private reach out to me from Mel. He's like, hey, I want to sell it. And I was like, I'll be there. Just let me know when. So yeah, that's how I got every one of these. And I got them all at a pretty budget price, I think. Excuse me. Even the MK4, I don't know how new to the channel you are, Godly Chris, but that one I paid, what did I pay? $450 for it. But when I got it, it just had a working board and the cabinet itself. No monitor. I had to source a monitor for it with help from Wicked Arcade and Mike's Amateur Arcade Monitor Repair. Huge thanks to them. I sent Wicked Arcade a message the other day just randomly because I was sitting in here and I was like, oh man, he helped me so much getting started with this stuff and getting the monitors going. And I was like, I just want to say thanks again because, he didn't have to do any of that. He never charged me anything, and always willing to help. So thanks again to Wicked Arcade for helping me out. And thank you again, Godly Chris, for the $4.99 super chat. That helps a ton because, like I said, streaming issues, but I want to finish catching up on the chat. Oh, you heard the email wrong. So it is KillerArcadeGames, and then the letters Y and T, like YouTube, at gmail.com. Actually, wait, I can type in the oh, no, I can't. That's so annoying. Never mind. Actually, I can do it over here. There we go. We'll just do this. Hopefully no bots are here. It's already on the chat. I already get a bunch of random review our product from China. There you go. Hopefully that came through all right. Yeah, it looks like it did. Okay. Where was I? The best original and arcade 1-up on KI. Yeah, well, let's see. Facebook is a great place. Alan's Aegis Arcades. It is for finding arcades, I'll tell you that. I don't use it for hardly anything else. It's hilarious. My mom's like, did you see what somebody said did you see that post by this person on Facebook? And I'm like, if it wasn't about an arcade sale, probably not. Whatever shows up initially when I open the app, I'm like, okay, cool. Marketplace, searching. I'm always searching for arcades. It's ridiculous. Actually, RetroMod and I, we were about to send each other the same link. He sent it to me. I'm already copying it, sending it to him earlier today. It's pretty nuts. Godly Chris, 450. I had someone trying to sell me an empty MK rough cabinet for 200. You got a great deal, yeah. So if you're new to buying arcades, I would not recommend buying a project because there's a lot that goes into it. I would look for one that's pretty much working. Maybe just needs some cosmetic work on the sides. You could always clean it up. You can always touch up an area. You can put new art on the sides, but repairing a CRT is not easy for a noob. Not at all. It's like expert level arcade repair in my, well, not expert. I would assume board repair is, but it's up there with like advanced arcade repair. John Mooney, love KI. What's this about? I'll keep it quick because I already said it, but I bought a KI2 cabinet that needed some work, got it working, and everything's decent on it. The board works. And I'm just going to basically kind of salvage parts from it to update the monitor in my MK4. Don't worry, the CRT is going back. And then I'm going to pull the board, put it in my KI1 cabinet on a switcher, and then the KI2 will become my main MAME cabinet because it has a perfect button layout, and I want a KI2 to sit next to my KI1. That's what's happening. All right, I wanted to keep... Oh, wow, this is pretty short. I'm only at 22 minutes. Okay. I saw the email pop up, Atran. Hopefully I can help you. I can't remember if I still have it, but anyway. So, my streaming issues. That's what I want to get to. That's part of the reason you haven't seen any Gameplay Mondays. You haven't seen me stream in a little while. And I don't want to start a fight in the chat, but what I'm streaming on right now is a MacBook Pro. That's what I always stream on. It is not ideal. I'm willing to admit that 100%. I used to be an Apple hater, all that stuff, and then I started using, the iPhone. I was like, okay, this is nice. And I still had an Android phone. I had two phones, like one for work, one for this. And I was like, all right. Eventually, I was like, I really like the iPhone, and I love the idea of being able to text from my Mac, so I got a Mac. And after that, I was like, I had a couple Windows computers. I threw them in a closet and ran them remote desktop stuff if I needed to do Windows stuff. And that was it. That said, a Mac is great for editing. I love Final Cut Pro. I love all that stuff. It's great. But anytime the stupid OS gets released, like a new OS version, they don't charge you for the updates. So I download it. I'm always very careful, but every time I download it, I waited like 3 months. Finally downloaded it. It broke most of my streaming stuff. The Elgato game capture doesn't work anymore. OBS link isn't working properly. I might be able to get it work if I reset the computer, start fresh. It's not worth it to me. Personally, I was sick of doing this anyway. Streaming from this thing, it's a pain in the butt. I got to bring it from the house, bring it in here. So I decided I'm done. It screwed up my whole thing. Like even my, it's not up. My camera that I just recently switched to, the one that I've been testing and so excited, like, oh, a DSLR camera. It looks great. No longer works for the update. Not at all. There's a workaround. It's like I'm done working it around. Doesn't mean I'm switching back to Windows. I'm just going to keep this in the house. And I'm switching to a Windows streaming setup that's going to be dedicated in the Shedcade. Now, I'm trying to get away cheap because I spent $800 on a KI2 cabinet. If the California Speed cabinet had sold by now, which it hasn't, I probably would have just bought this gaming laptop I saw, a Windows gaming laptop, just so I can have all the horsepower needed and stream from that. And it would be kind of the same thing now. But what I opted for instead so far, and I'm going to be doing some test streaming probably just to members only at that point, is there's basically the computers that I put in all my Arcade 1-Ups, one that's going in my KI2 when I do it. I use the HP Elite Desk. Those computers are so cheap and they're so powerful. $99. I mean, I guess with shipping and tax, it was $120 on eBay. Core i5, 6500, 8 gigs of RAM. Nothing crazy, but enough, it seems like from my testing, enough to actually stream from it. Now, it's a desktop, so that poses some other issues. Currently, the plan is to wedge it in between CarnEvil and the MK2 Arcade 1-Up. It's just going to slide in there, be hidden in there. I've got long USBs coming for cameras, and I guess I'm just going to have to pull out a monitor and set it on this TV tray, which is what I do now. It's not ideal. I know it's crazy. I'm moving a TV tray all around. the shed, but really I can leave the monitor in one place if I want and just kind of walk over. Problem is, I have tons of scenes set up in here in Streamlabs. I don't have a ton of time. The PC's not coming until later this week. Don't expect a live stream this weekend. It is possible I'll live stream to members only to test it. So if you want to see that, be a $1 a month member and you can check it out. Very frustrating. You know, spending the money is like, I won't lie to you guys. Lately, I've been not feeling doing this as much anymore. The last few weeks, really. It's just probably because I've been so busy. But I like doing it. I won't lie either. It's like a weird thing. It's like sometimes it's a hassle to be like, oh, I got to get a video out and I feel stressed about it. And then sometimes like, I want to go stream. It'd be fun to talk to you guys and play games. So, hey, Encore's Arcade. So yeah, it's been a weird, I don't know, give and take, I guess. And if my account had been built up a little bit, I probably would have been like, I'm taking a break, guys. I'm sorry. But I like having a little bit of money there in case something pops up. But yeah, so I'm hoping to get the PC here, hoping everything works great and we'll be good to go. Holy crap. Look at Ryan Beatty with the $100 super chat toward new streaming equipment. Ryan, you just saved my butt there because the computer I bought was $100. $120 with fees and taxes, and wow. Jeez, Ryan. Ryan is a legend. You're right, Godly Chris. Thank you so much for that. Man, that's going to stay on the screen for a while, I hope. That's well worth it. Jeez, you are incredibly kind because $100 is a lot of money right now. Like, the economy is crap. Or it's, I don't know if it's crap. I don't follow the crap. I don't follow it. I don't get all stressed out over it. All I know is I have enough money to get by, thankfully, and I don't have any kids. That helps a lot, too. But thank you so much, Ryan. I guess I think I've already said it, but I've been so stressed, not over money. I have a problem spending a lot of money. I don't know why I get crazy stressed over it. It's like a curse. Like I'll have the money and I can spend it, but I can't. Like it freaks me out. So we spent probably like $13,000 in the last month or so. I think I said that on a stream because I'm still just like blown away when I think about it. I'm like, oh, that's really freaking me out. That's a lot of money. But yeah, thank you very much, Ryan. Incredibly nice. Like, I think I've said it before. I'm sure I have. You guys always keep this moving for me. I genuinely believe I would not have had this if it wasn't for the channel, if it wasn't for you guys being generous, helping out. I mean, of course, I think like, you know, people donate enough money to make it like, I guess I've made enough money. I don't even think I've made enough money on the channel in the entire time I've been doing it to pay for this room. Definitely not to pay for anything in it, but still, like, just the fact that some money is coming in, I've bought every single arcade cabinet off the our channel money. Excuse me. There's 10 in here if you count the arcade one-ups. Every one of those has been bought because of you guys just watching, generous people like Ryan, people dropping money to help out, and I greatly appreciate that. So, thank you very much. That really softens the blow because I've been trying so hard to get that arcade fund built back up. And if somebody would just buy, hey Ryan, I don't know if you want a California Speed, I'll back the 100 out, and you could have the California Speed for, I put it up for 900. I know no one's going to give me 900 probably, but I would let it go for like 800. So Ryan, I'll give it to you for 750 if you want it. Let me know. Anyway, you got to come get it though. That's the big problem. Unless you're in the, if anyone's in the like San Antonio area and you want a California Speed cabinet fully working, just has an LCD instead of CRT, I'll deliver it to you. I have a trailer, so I can help you out with that. Anyway, you better be writing these cabinets off as a work expenses. I never thought of that because I do have to pay taxes on the YouTube money. Never thought of that. That's interesting. I don't know how that works though. I'm not a finance guy, that's for sure. NF, Chris, gotta go to bed, man. Just wanted to pop in and say hey to everyone. Thank you for popping in. I love the pop in. Seinfeld. Okay. I don't know if I missed much, but I don't really have anything else to say. So if you have questions or topics, I'll hang out for another 10, 15 minutes and we can do this. Just let me know. You don't, oh, you're 10 hours away, Ryan. Okay. I mean, I'd be willing if it was, you know, maybe I wouldn't. I was gonna say, if it's somebody from the channel, I'd consider having it shipped. My fear is, though, the shipping company will pick it up. They'll beat the dog crap out of it on its way to you, and then you'll get a cabinet with a problem, and then I'm doing tech support. And then if I can't fix it remotely for you or tell you how to fix it, you think I screwed you, and all of a sudden you're telling everyone on the internet I'm a bad guy, and that's not my plan. Not saying that about you, Ryan. I'm just saying about that's what would happen. It would certainly happen that way. I sold the MK4 to Mel, Michael Lohman, because I bought my KI from him. I know who he is. I was more than happy that he wanted it. I was like, please. He contacted me about it. I was like, yep, you can have it, no problem. And of course, there's a problem. Like, I sent him a little portable keyboard with it, and he tried to use it. He's like, hey, it's not working. And we went through everything back and forth. Looks like it crapped out. Of course, it can't. That's why I don't sell these things. I'd sell it, something would go wrong, maybe something bigger, and I'd be screwed. What's up, Red Sea Gaming? Oh, well, Ryan, you really made my night. Makes me want to stream some more here soon. I'm really hoping this new computer works out. Good news is, though, if it doesn't work out, like the one I ordered for the $100, and I'm forced to buy a gaming PC or a gaming laptop, this laptop is like nuts specs-wise. I was kind of shocked, but I was kind of like, that's kind of cool. I might put a couple games on it at that point. Like I don't know. I don't know graphics cards and all that anymore. I used to know this stuff, but it had like an RTX, I think, 3050 in it, and I was like, geez, that's pretty powerful. I don't know. All right. Hold on. That happened to Retro Ralph Firestarter. Oh, the selling of a cabinet, is that what you mean? Man, at first I thought you said what happened to Retro Ralph. I was like, I don't know. Hopefully he's all right, but no, I think he's fine. I'm excited to see the movie he's going to be featured in, the Token Taverns. Love the barcade. I mean, I don't love barcades normally because I have a bad taste in my mouth about the barcade because until Cidercade came around, all the ones I went to were just more about the bars, and the arcades were afterthoughts. Cidercade really does a good job of, like, when you have almost 300 arcade games in one location, you tend to care about the games and you tend to take care of them in general, and they usually do for the most part, so that's good. But other barcades, you do sticky buttons, games wouldn't work, but yeah. Oh, there you go, Firestarter. I do remember that, selling the NBA Jam. Yeah, it's so tough, man. Like, I'll sell locally. A guy came to buy an Arcade 1-Up riser from me that I had new in the box. Turns out we're in the same field work-wise, and I even referred work to his company, and we got to talking. And he wanted the California Speed, and I even told him, you're not that far from me. He's like 15 miles. I was like, I'll deliver it to you. He didn't have a trailer, and he kind of ghosted me on that. So as far as I know, he hasn't replied to anything, so yeah. I'm sure what happened is he got home, and he's like, hey, I found an arcade cabinet for the house, and his wife's like, no, you didn't, so he probably doesn't want to tell me. It's fine. What's up, Daniel Grant? Okay, any last things that you guys want me to talk about? Oh, Atran Fanatic, I would totally buy your California Speed if I was closer or had the money. Yeah, that's a problem, I guess. You did a great job with the cabinet, though. Well, thank you. Yeah, I put a lot of effort into it. I was trying to calculate the hours, probably at least 20 to 25 work hours to getting that thing fixed up, so I'm really not making money when you consider that, but I would like to make at least a little profit, just a teeny tiny bit of profit. Excuse me. But it was a good learning experience too. Like, I bought the cabinet for 200 or 225, I can't remember. All the way up in Oklahoma. I drove all the way home, and that's how I got a monitor for the MK though. It wasn't very good, but I was able to use it temporarily at least. Okay. Where was I? See some stuff coming in. UAG seems to always happen like that. Yeah, it does. Ah, UAG, I just remembered. Oh, you guys are doing the Saberwolf only KI tournament tomorrow. I might try to join that. I almost signed up this morning, but I was afraid to and be like, oh, I can't make it. I know King was messaging me, was like, hey, I need to reply to him. That's what hit me all of a sudden. I don't think I can commit to a KI tournament like the one he was talking about because I just don't know that I'll be around those times, but still I need to reply to him. I don't want to let him wonder what happened. Anyway, I'll try to join the battle tomorrow night. We'll see. Where was I? Oh, Godly Chris, have you posted the cabinet on all the Facebook groups? Not all. Just because I don't, when you put a LCD in a cabinet, a lot of guys like to make fun of you. And it's like, look, this is a racing cabinet. California Speed's maybe the favorite game of a very small amount of people. I would never put an LCD in a cabinet unless I absolutely had to, and in that case, I did. Even the tube that I pulled and tried to fix for MK, yes, it worked, but it was just really beaten up. And really, it should have been thrown out, but I can't bring myself to toss an arcade monitor, so I put it in storage. Never know, I might need it. I'm going to end up throwing it away in like 4 years. Okay. Daniel Grant, your shed cave looks pretty big from this angle. Yeah, It's 12 feet this way and 18 feet this way. That doesn't sound like much, but every now and then I'll be sitting. I usually sit in the corner over, yeah, next to Target Terror right here. And I usually sit there because the TVs are mounted here and I'll watch TV or play games or whatever. And sometimes I get up and walk and I'm like, wow, I actually have to put in a few steps to make it to like the other side of the room. I would have loved to have more room, don't get me wrong. And it wouldn't have been that much more money to have more room. It's just, I was already pushing the limit. So there you go. Whew. Oh, wow, what an eye on Z. Look at that. Is that a Gears of War controller behind you? Yes, I was watching YouTube. I've been watching a lot of comedy lately. Kill Tony, I've been enjoying that. Ever since Joe Rogan opened the comedy mothership in Austin, I'm only like an hour away from it. I've been wanting to go, but the tickets are insane. And we went and saw Are You Garbage? I don't know if you guys know that podcast, but I enjoy their podcast, and they did a live show. We went and saw them Saturday night in Austin, which was a lot more fun than I thought. Lady Cag got all I don't want to say dressed up, but she came. She wasn't feeling good. She almost didn't go, but I was like, look, we already bought the ticket. Like, don't make me go down there alone and sit like a weirdo alone in a comedy place. So yeah, I have the Gears of War Xbox One S. That's where that came from, by the way. It's behind the camera there. I hate to sell that God, I keep saying cabinet. I hate to sell that console because it looks really good, but I'll probably just keep it. They're not worth a lot of money anyway. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. So I've been hoping to go. Man, Austin is nuts, though. I was like, Austin on a Saturday night was like kind of scary. There's people everywhere. It's like Vegas, but trashier. Like, there's just scary people around, bums everywhere. I'm not used to being in downtown. I've been living in the suburbs a long time, I'm not used to being in a downtown situation. Sorry, got an itch. Okay. All right, what else do we got for it? Oh, UAG wants to see my Saber. He's kind of like my main character besides TJ Combo. So I want to be in this thing. I don't think I'll win. If Mel's in it, I'm screwed because he's like the master of it. But yeah. Thank you, UAG. I actually just Lady Cag got me some custom Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul art. It's behind the camera and framed. I was looking at it, I was like, I need to take a picture of that and share it. I'm not going to sell it, Z. It's not really worth selling. It's really sad. I also have the 360. I just forgot. Underneath it is the 360 Gears of War console. So I had to get it, and like sitting them next to each other looked pretty cool. My mouth's getting dry. Commander Beef, when you do the work for the multi-Killer Instinct cabinet, are you going to have a custom marquee? No. I'm fine with just leaving. I want it to look like a KI2. I'm probably going to have to buy a new marquee print because that one's trashed. Get a new marquee print. Make sure everything looks like... I'm just going to run KI2 on MAME by default. And if I want to play something else, then I'll put a thing on there. I did just think about it. I am going to have to put an exit button for the multicade aspect. But, again, I'm not going to butcher it. I'm going to do like I did for Killer Instinct 1. I didn't want to have it on free play, so I just took the little cutout in the coin door off. And left it in there, of course. Put a piece of wood, spray painted it black, and put a button there. I'm going to do the same thing. That just hit me. So still, I can just take that off when I ever want to make it a dedicated KI2 again. Put a button, or put the plate back on it, and you'll never know it was there. Awesome. Me too, UAG. I've seen Breaking Bad a ridiculous amount of times, like to the point where I know the license plate. I've always shocked of the knowledge I have of the show, but I memorized the license plate of the RV. Like, I just know it. Better Call Saul, I watched it all the way through again after it ended, but I've seen Breaking Bad probably, it's got to be over 60 times all the way through. Love it. Love that show with a passion. I would go, if there was like a national Breaking Bad trivia quiz or something, I would go to it. You can't ask me weird stuff about it, though. Like, I don't like when I have done a trivia event locally, and we won, of course, like by far, but I don't think I got a single answer. No, I got one answer wrong. That's what I was getting at. And I don't like when they do these trivia, like, and then they go outside of the show and say, how many Emmys did it win? It's like, I don't know, man. I know everything about the show. I don't know how many Emmys it won. And it's a weird thing for me to be that obsessed with a TV show because I don't get like that about anything, TV-wise. Like, I don't even... Anytime we watch a movie, I rarely know the characters' names. I'll watch it, and it's kind of a curse in real life, too. People will tell me their name, and I already forgot, like, instantly. But, Yeah, so I could tell you like everything. I think you'd be hard pressed to stump me on that one. Although I haven't watched it all the way through in a little while. I need to get back on that. Okay, AC Chris. Next time you go to an arcade with KI1 or 2, please film the records. Up on the tap up. Oh yeah, I got you. How to make it pop up? Yeah, I used to think it was do a circle. I didn't know it was just up when I was a kid. So yeah, I'll try to remember to do that after I put my initials in on it. Godly Chris, you better get your art from XL Arcades. I always do. I used to buy from what's the other one? What the heck is it? Escape Pod for the arcade 1-ups. But XL Arcades, anything I've bought, I get from him. Like the bezel, oh god, the bezel for the KI, I got it from him. Even though I modified it a bit, cut off the little side wings on it. I can say I'm gonna need. I already have stuff in the cart for KI2. New side art. I don't know if I'm gonna buy new side art right away. Definitely probably gonna get the box art, the Nintendo logos, and just replace maybe just replace both. We'll see. There's a chance. I haven't even looked yet. There's a chance I'm gonna need new deck art. I may have to buy that from him. I want to get a new instruction card to go under the glass because that one's all nasty, and then I need a new marquee. I need a bunch of stuff. I need a new button and control set from Tornado Terry's. Rest in peace. Very sad he died, man. It sucks. Okay. Hayden Dew, what PC did you have Techno Parrot running on in the Star Wars cabinet? Is it the same one? Yeah, it is the same one. Man, I don't know if I can get you guys a link this quickly, but there's kind of an updated one on eBay right now. It's a newer model. It's a Core i5 6500. Not a big leap. So if you only go with the one that's in the, or if you go with the one that's in the links, it's kind of the same thing. Let me see if I can find that link. I can at least get you, hopefully get you a link for the other one real quick. PC I use, where is it? Oh boy. Never mind. This is a mistake. I'm trying to search everything. There we go. Nope, forget it. I guess I can't get you a link at the moment. I don't know why I can't. But yeah, it's in like tons of my video links. About $100 roughly, depending on where you get it. A-Train. Oh, I did score on 2 brand new arcade 1-up risers locally for 60. That's a pretty good deal because I sold the one still in the box for 50, brand new. And the guy's like, "Oh, they're charging 200 for it," and I was like, Part of me feels like, oh, I could have got more money, but at the same time, I don't want to gouge. That's crazy. It's an arcade 1-up riser. It's like particle boards smashed together. But that sounds like a good deal because apparently they're hard to get now, I guess. Michael Scarlett, I went to Galloping Ghost last week. It was cool, but not cool. Most of the games didn't work. Oh, no. I'm assuming you just caught him at a bad time because as far as I know, Doc has a staff of dudes that are like working their butt off to keep that place running. Personally, I don't know how they don't have, you know, like at least if they just had 10% of their games down, it would be like 80 something games, I think, right? So it's pretty nuts that it even works that well. Hey, what's up, Michael Lohman? Still haven't figured out what to do about that key. I know what to do about the keyboard, but I'm nervous. So I haven't done it yet for you, or haven't talked about it. AC says, how did Tornado Terry die? So I don't know how he died. But they did his, I guess they did finally post that he has passed. I saw that XL Arcade posted it initially. And it was just kind of like stunning because 855 games, wow. Because, you know, I met him before. Seemed good. Seemed like he was, you know, he's an older man. But I don't know. He must have, I'm assuming the way that the business just continued immediately. There was no, like, downtime. I'm assuming this was something they knew was coming. And maybe he was sick with cancer or something awful. So it was really sad, though. I'm sad he's gone. But I'm glad they're continuing because, for one, he has a really cool arcade. And he's a great seller on eBay. I really liked working with him. All right, my voice is going. I should probably wrap it up here in a few minutes. Still trying to catch up. Hold on. Just making sure there's nothing else. Oh, Groovy Mame. Yeah, Panic Flip Gaming has really talked to me a lot about that, actually. Oh, there's a yawn. Ooh, the yawn count is going up. Red Sea Gaming. The PC you linked a while back, I bought it and still haven't done anything with it. Mame is a pain. I just want something pre-built. I get that. I hate the pre-built stuff, though, because then you're going to get, like, this has 5,000 games, and I'm never going to touch 40 not even 4,500. Probably, I'm never going to play 4,900 of the games that are on there, probably. All right. All right, I'll catch you up, Mel. Real quick. KI2 is being kept. The monitor, once I can get it 100% fixed, is going in the MK4 because it needs to look better. You saw it in person when you were here. Doesn't look as good as the KI2 no matter what I do. Or the I'm sorry, the KI cabinet. I'm going to pull the KI2 board out, put it inside the KI1 on a switcher, and then I'm going to make the KI2 a MAME cabinet. So there you go. It will have a CRT though. I'm just trading the MK4 and KI2 monitors. All right. Oh, Godly says, you ever going to go to Kansas to check out Mike's new arcade? Yes. So he's talking about The Arcade is the name of the place. It's currently in Wichita, Kansas. It's a smaller location right now, but they're about to open a new one. And yeah, I already told Mike, like, if it opens, I'm hoping it's open by, I don't know if it will be, near the end of the month, because I'm kind of planning to go to Bentonville, Arkansas for some mountain biking. I got a new mountain bike. That was part of the $13,000 I've been spending lately. And I'm going to do some biking there and then cut over like I did last time and hit up Wichita, Kansas for a night or two. Probably just a night, if that, actually. But I'd love to get a recording of the inside of the place. I know he's going to do one, but I like to do my arcade walkthroughs, and I'd love to get an updated one. Yeah, I love that Mike's doing that. I know Mike has a partner in the arcade business, the arcade itself. I don't know who it is, but man, like Mike's just like bafflingly good at that stuff. I wish I was that good at that. Yeah, if I could trade some of my Killer Instinct skill and combos and all that for a little more arcade fix-em-up skills, like that'd be really awesome. But he's like the master of it. I'm very lucky that he's willing to even talk to me and help me out with it. But he's very nice and helpful. Okay. Tornado Terry, is that the nice older man that made custom arcades for people and did repairs? I don't know if he'd made custom arcades. He has an arcade in Keller, Texas, near Fort Worth. I've been there a couple times. He sells on eBay. He sells that's where I bought every single button kit. Oh, move my fat head. The MK4 is from him. The KI cabinet. Basically all the buttons in this room are from Tornado Terry. Buttons and sticks. Excuse me. So yeah. Okay, I think we've done it. I'm sorry if anybody's watching this later. This might have been kind of a mess because I just ramble on, but sometimes people enjoy that. Thank you again to the Godly Chris and Ryan Beatty for the super chats. Really appreciate it. Truly helps the channel a ton. I don't have to worry about... I never want to have to go to Lady Cag and be like, hey, you mind if I spend some of our money to buy an arcade cabinet or do something I need to do? She's not going to yell at me or anything. It's just like, I like that freedom to be like, I have the money. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to take it from money that we were paying bills with. It's literally just money to make the channel move forward. Godly Chris, the Tattoo Assassin's MAME cab he built that won this past week was... Oh, it won. I didn't know it won. I didn't know there was a contest. He truly is a legend. Oh, I agree, man. I've been watching your MK Arcade source well before I ever had this channel. Like, I was watching... I think I'd find his videos as far back as like 2009. Because I always loved arcades, and occasionally I'd get that, like... I guess you could call it like a hankering for some arcades. Like, I gotta have me some arcades right now. And there weren't any arcades around, so I couldn't just go stare at them or play them. And I definitely didn't have any of this, so I'd go watch his channel, like, oh, this guy's got, like, the coolest collection on the planet when he had all the Midway. I think he had almost all of them except, I think he said except Radical Bikers. I can't remember. But yeah, man, I remember seeing that and being like, oh, this is so amazing. Yeah, I'm always just happy I know the guy now. I haven't met him yet, but I'm hoping if I do go to the arcade, I'll get to at least meet him in person. Last time I was there, he wasn't there, and I was only in town for like 3 hours and had to leave town again. Okay, voice is going. Daniel, Tornado Terry was not a YouTuber. Just had an arcade, sold stuff on eBay. Google Tornado Terry eBay, and you'll probably find his eBay store. Commander and Beef, I absolutely loved watching Mike's WWF WrestleMania videos. I do too. I love when he makes those videos where he just like restores a cabinet, and it could be spread out over 4 videos. It could be an hour. Oh no, sometimes one video can be almost an hour, and I'll just sit there and watch him. Like he doesn't edit much, and I'm fine with that. Like him speeding through the stuff with like the time lapse is cool too. Like when I was drinking alcohol, which I I rarely do anymore. Mainly because not like I was having a problem or anything. It's just mainly because stomach issues, and like I don't think it was good for me, so I backed off it. But nothing was better than just like long day, sit down on the couch, throw in a headphone while Lady Cag watches TV with a little bit of whiskey, and just watch Mike fix some cabinets up. I don't know why. It's very exciting. He's an artist, that's for sure. Not bad for the best YouTuber. Okay. Then he made a custom Mortal Kombat Trilogy cabinet. Yeah. Wicked Arcade. I don't think he's here anymore, but the Wicked Arcade, I actually helped him with his. Thank God I was able to help him with something. He didn't really know how to get the PC side of it running, so I was like, oh, I'll do that for you. And he has an MK Trilogy inspired by Mike also. And he's running a PC that I set up for him. So there, I was able to repay some favors at least. Okay, I've said it about 10 times. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up now. We're at 51 minutes. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm sorry I'm not around as much. I'm hoping I will be back to making videos. Hopefully I can start on the KI2 soon. That's going to be cool. I've been kind of waiting for one because I got to clear out the garage. It's been the holding spot for like, okay, this project has to be completed. All I have left chore-wise, which I might make a video for members only. We'll see. It's not going to be terribly exciting, but show you guys what I've been doing around here, so it's not like I'm just making excuses. Show you just around the CAG. I think I call it the CAG compound as a joke on the channel. But yeah, I need to get everything out of the way. It's been the holding area, and we're almost there. All I have left to do is buy half a pallet of grass, sod, and put it down on some spots, and we're going to get a little concrete pad poured for the shed that you guys saw on April Fool's. Sorry about that. Some people thought I was seriously going to put arcades in that thing. I'm not that crazy yet. We'll see. It's going to happen one day, I'm sure. But yeah, almost done. And then that means I can work on the KI2, pull it out finally. Let's hope I can figure out what's causing the crackling sound inside the monitor. And we'll be moving along then, because all I got to do then is buy another PC, or if for some reason the PC I ordered for the streaming setup is not quite going to cut it and I have to buy a laptop, I'll use that PC in the KI, so it works out. All right, guys, thanks for stopping in. Thanks again for the super chats. Thank you for watching this later if you are. I might pull this down overnight, or at least edit it overnight and then speed it up. But if not, I'll put timestamps. All right. I guess that's all. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't hate me if you love KI2 and I'm butchering a KI2. Like I said, everything's reversible. And luckily, it's all stuff I can do myself, hopefully. We'll see. Thanks again, guys. I hope you have a good rest of your week. I want to say there's a possibility I'll be back with a gameplay Monday next week, but we'll see.